Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to take your sources, peel back the layers, and, well, give you the usable wisdom that you need right now.
And today, we're tackling something I think everyone has felt. It's one of the most frustrating psychological loops we face. The feeling of being perpetually stuck no matter how hard you try to move on.
Oh, you know that feeling. You commit to a new chapter, a new relationship, new job, new goal, and you are running hard.
You're giving it everything.
Everything. But then 6 months in, you look around and realize you're, back in the same emotional place, maybe fighting the same old arguments or carrying that same feeling of failure from 5 years ago.
It's like running on a high-speed treadmill.
Exactly. You're sweating, you're exhausted, but the scenery just never, ever changes.
It is exhausting. And this is really where most of us misdiagnose the problem. We think the issue is a lack of willpower, or, maybe we haven't found the right person or the right opportunity yet.
Right. We tend to confuse physical actions with real closure, don't we? Like, I'll just block their number, delete the photos, or move to a new city, and that means the chapter's over.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And look, those are important steps, but they only address the external world. If your internal energy system is still connected to the past, the gravitational pull of that old conflict or that disappointment will always drag you back. It's draining your resources in the process.
So the key isn't forgetting, it's disconnecting.
That's it.
So today we're doing a deep dive into the closure ritual, and we're treating this not as some, esoteric idea, but as a practical, really actionable method for, let's call it, sophisticated energy management.
Our mission today is to explore how to reclaim what we call fragments of the soul and life force. That's the energy that's currently being held hostage, really. It's fueling the past instead of your future.
Because without that energy back in your own tank, you just don't have the resources to build a new life.
Not a solid one, anyway.
You don't. So we're going to try and change the status of that past experience. Turn it from a painful trigger that has power over you into just a simple, neutral memory.
And shift it from a massive burden into a valuable lesson.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of being stuck. I feel like if we can understand the plumbing, we can finally fix the leak.
I like that. Let's use a power analogy. Imagine your energetic self is like a big power strip, a connection panel. You only have a certain number of slots.
Okay, limited capacity.
A finite number. And every deeply impactful emotional event, every significant relationship, every big failure or success, it plugs into one of those slots, and that connection stays active.
And these active connections, these invisible links that are just holding the circuit open, what do we call those?
We refer to them as energetic cords. Think of them as non-physical conduits, like tubes, that link you not only to ex-partners or intense fights, but also to past versions of yourself.
Oh, that's interesting. So, to the me who failed that business.
Yes. Or the you that made that choice you regret. The key thing to understand is that this link operates 24/7, whether you are physically near the source or, on the other side of the planet.
For someone listening who's maybe a little more on the rational side, how would you describe these cords psychologically? Is it just a metaphor for like constant thinking or rumination?
It's a powerful metaphor, for sure, but its effects are highly physical and observable. If we zoom out, the cord really serves two critical functions that directly impact your ability to function.
Okay.
The first function is data transmission. This explains that strange phenomenon where you suddenly feel a wave of unexplained sadness, or you realize someone you haven't even thought of in years has just violently popped into your head.
And it's for no reason?
No reason at all. That cord is still transmitting emotional residue, thoughts, feelings, right into your field.
So they don't have to be thinking about you for that to happen. It's just the circuit is still live.
The circuit is live, exactly. But the second function is the truly debilitating one, and that's energy leaks.
This is the drain.
This is the drain. If that cord is linked to unresolved conflict or grief or regret, it causes these continuous leaks. And this isn't just metaphysical psychologically. This translates directly to chronic low-level burnout.
I see.
To constant fatigue, that nagging hesitation when you're faced with a new opportunity, and just a pervasive lack of confidence.
I understand now. So your actual life force, your focus, your drive, it's flowing backward through that cord, and it's fueling the old disappointment instead of your new project. That constant low-level dread. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, isn't it?
It's the feeling of having your battery perpetually stuck at 10%. And that's why the purpose of this closure is so fundamental. We're not trying to format the memory. You can't erase history.
Right.
We're trying to pull your energy back to yourself.
Yeah.
We need to reclaim those reserves so you have a full tank to build that new life you deserve.
That is a powerful goal. So if we're preparing to do this kind of, I guess, energetic surgery, we need the right tools. We need anchors for our intention.
We do. And we can use natural tools for this. The source material suggests specific crystals or stones, which are really just physical embodiments of energetic functions. But for anyone listening who doesn't have these or prefers not to use them, the real takeaway is that your visualization and your intent are the true power source.
So the tools are just focal points.
They're focal points, exactly.
Okay, so we have 3. Let's call them functional teams or stages of recovery that these anchors represent. Stage 1 is the cutter, the surgical instrument.
Yes. This stage's function is all about cutting and protection. It helps you make a clean severance of negative cords, and it absorbs that released negative energy so it doesn't splash back on you. And it helps establish firm energetic boundaries. We suggest stones like black obsidian or black tourmaline. The black color here, it symbolizes that absolute completion of the cut, protection.
But if you just cut something, you create a wound
Right.
and a void, which brings us to stage 2, the integrator.
Yes, cutting without integration is just reckless. This functional anchor helps convert that raw emotional pain, the sting of the cord, into wisdom. It helps the mind find stillness.
So you can look at it without the hysteria.
Exactly. Without the overwhelming grief, it helps you see the truth of the lesson.
So you shift from being a victim who lost something to, say, a graduate who gained experience. And the examples here would be stabilizing stones like amethyst or smoky quartz.
Precisely. They stabilize your whole emotional field after the cut. And once that perspective shift happens, then we need stage 3, the healer reclaimer.
This one sounds absolutely critical, because if we create a void where that energy link used to be, nature abhors a vacuum, right? Something will rush in.
You must fill the void instantly. If you don't, negative energy, doubt, even new unwanted attachments can rush right in. The reclaimer team's job is to recall your scattered energy and seal the leaks in your aura.
So what do we use for that?
We call on stones like selenite or clear quartz. Think of them as liquid light, just flowing in to repair your energetic structure and restore your own internal authority.
Okay, so we have the cutter, the stabilizer, and the repair crew. That's a really comprehensive approach. But before any surgery, you have to prepare the patient.
Yes.
And these preparation steps, these are the critical non-negotiables. If you skip these, the whole thing can fail.
This is often why people try to move on and it doesn't stick. They ignore the prep. So, rule number 1, dedicated time. You need quiet, private, committed time.
Lock the door.
Lock the door, put the phone on airplane mode, commit 20 to 30 minutes where this is the only thing you are doing. Your soul needs uninterrupted space for this work.
Okay, rule number 2 feels like the hardest one for most people. The emotional check. We always want to act when the pain is at its peak.
And you must never do that. Never attempt this when your emotions are peaking, when you're in the middle of intense anger, heavy crying, or just total exhaustion.
Why is that?
Because if you try to cut when you're in that state of emotional chaos, you're not actually releasing anything. You're performing an act of suppression, a forceful rejection. And that compressed energy will inevitably bounce back, often much, much harder than before.
So wait until you're standing in the drizzle, not the hurricane.
That's the perfect way to put it. You must wait until the storm has passed, when you're calm, quiet, and as emotionally neutral as possible.
Got it. What about the setup? Do I need to build some massive altar?
Rule 3, simplicity is key. This whole ritual is about asserting your internal sovereignty. The power is in your will, in your intention. It's not in how many candles you have.
The tools are just there to help focus the mind.
Exactly. Don't let a complicated setup stop you from even starting. And finally, rule 4, use truth as the ingredient.
What does that mean?
Be brutally, relentlessly honest with yourself. This truth is the first step toward freedom. You have to internally acknowledge, this is truly over, or I am truly hurting, and I choose to stop the pain now. Self-deception is the enemy here.
Okay. With the anchors gathered and the non-negotiable set, let's walk through the 4 steps of the ritual itself. And for you listening, maybe follow along mentally. This is the moment we start pulling that energy back home.
Let's begin.
Step 1, acknowledgement. You start by holding your integration anchor, that's the amethyst or smoky quartz. Close your eyes and just visualize the person or the situation you're closing this loop on.
And you're not judging here. You're not assigning blame. You're just seeing the chapter for what it was. This step allows your whole energy system to acknowledge the reality of the past without resistance.
And the internal statement is quiet but firm. I accept that this chapter exists and has played its role in my life. Just hold that for about 60 seconds, letting it settle without fear or anger.
Okay, step 2, energetic severance. Now, set the integration stone down and pick up your cutting anchor, the obsidian. This is the moment of action.
So you visualize that cord. Maybe you see it as a thick gray rope or a sticky hose connecting you to whatever is draining you. And you breathe deeply. 4 seconds in, hold your breath at the top.
And then as you exhale fully, you release the breath with strong, deliberate intent. Like the final blow of a sword, the internal statement is definitive. I cut the energy that is not aligned with my new path.
And you repeat this 3 to 5 times. The idea isn't to rip it, but to, dissolve it.
Dissolve it. Let it unravel and detach with absolute resolution. When it works, you'll often feel a genuine physical lightness, maybe in your chest or your shoulders. A release.
Wow. Okay, step 3, energy reclaiming. You said this is the climax of the ritual, the most vital part.
It is. A void has been created, and we have to fill it instantly with your own life force.
So you hold the return to self anchor, the selenite or clear quartz, with both hands, and you visualize a brilliant, bright white or golden light. Your focus, your confidence, all that energy that was scattered.
Yes. And the internal statement is an absolute command. I call all my energy back to myself now. As you inhale, imagine pulling every scattered fragment of your power back home, right into your center. And as you exhale, visualize that light instantly sealing any leaks in your aura, making you whole again.
And you repeat this reclaiming process 7 times. This is how you reassert your own authority. You're declaring that your energy belongs to you and only you.
Yes. Finally, step 4, the seal. You place all 3 anchors together in front of you.
And you just sit for a moment, you look at the tools that helped you, and you give a final confirmation to the universe. This chapter is over, the lesson is integrated, and I am ready to move forward. Then just sit in the silence for 30 seconds or so, absorbing that feeling of lightness. The ritual is complete.
Congratulations. You've just reclaimed a massive amount of personal power. But the work isn't entirely done. The next 24 to 72 hours are a critical detox period. It's for energetic recalibration.
Right, and people often mistake the discomfort of a detox for failure. So what should you expect as your system adjusts?
That's a really important distinction. First, you should experience a noticeable quieting of thoughts. That usual internal loop, that constant story about the old situation, it should quiet down significantly. That mental friction is gone. Second, you might feel a bit of a hollow feeling. A mild, sort of non-specific sadness, or just a sense of space where that constant struggle used to be.
And that's not a bad sign.
No, you have to reassure yourself. This is not a failure. This is simply the sediment rising to be cleared. Your system is just adjusting to the new lightness, and the last little remnants are being released.
And the subconscious gets involved too, I imagine.
It does. You might have changing dreams. Strange, vivid dreams, or maybe one final, very symbolic dream about the old topic. That's just your subconscious mind finally reorganizing those old files, moving them from your active desktop to the long-term archive.
Okay, now for the most important part of the aftercare. There are some crucial prohibitions for this detox period, non-negotiable rules to make this stick.
Rule number 1, do not relapse. This is a time for stillness. Avoid looking at old pictures, and this is crucial. Avoid retelling the painful story to your friends.
Why that one specifically?
Because every time you open up that narrative, you are mentally reweaving the cord. You just spent 30 minutes cutting. The story keeps the circuit active.
That makes perfect sense. You just close the book, don't go back and read the prologue. What about just being curious?
Rule 2, do not test the results. Absolute no discretion. Checking their social media, sending a text, or contacting the person just to see if you still feel anything.
It's so tempting.
So tempting. But doubt is the enemy of confidence. Testing is like peeking at a healing wound. It will just open the energetic connection right back up and trigger the whole cycle again. You have to trust the process.
And the final rule is about focus.
Stay still. Closure works best in silence. Keep this new energy you've reclaimed contained. Focus inward on what you want to build. You have your life force back. Don't immediately expose it to external noise or new drama. Contain it. Build with it.
You know, if we connect this back to the beginning, doing this ritual isn't a sign of weakness at all, or avoidance. It's really a sign of profound strength.
It is the ultimate sign of spiritual maturity. You are declaring that you are not defeated by the past. You've simply graduated from that particular lesson. You're returning the classroom key, freeing up your energy, and enrolling in the next subject that excites you.
So what does this all mean for you listening? It means that when you properly put down the old baggage, the new path doesn't have to fight its way through. It just appears naturally, because your full, vibrant energy is finally available to walk it.
When you stop feeding the past, all that reclaimed focus, that drive, that life force, it's suddenly available for the present and for the future that you are creating right now. That energy is yours again.
So we challenge you to consider what hidden goals, what new, deeply fulfilling relationships, or what creative breakthroughs might finally manifest now that the heavy gravitational pull of the past has been severed and your full capacity is finally available to you.
Take that wisdom, apply the ritual, and prepare for a true, unburdened start.
Thank you for diving deep with us today. We'll see you next time.